I started a new clothing brand to prove that it is not luck, and if you guys have the right knowledge, you guys can succeed and dominate this industry.
I'm just grinding. This business means a lot to me, and that's why I grind so hard every day.
So allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yad, and I started my brand at 17 called Watch Your Step and was able to scale it to over 6 figures in the first 3 months of business. The brand is still growing at an insanely rapid rate at this moment, and this brand honestly changed my life and allowed me to drop out of college, quit my 9 to 5, and just live the life I want to live. And this could honestly be you too if you guys just put your goals as your priority. The whole reason I'm even starting this series is to inspire and show you guys that anything is possible if you put your mind to it. But anyways, here are the rules for this challenge. I can't use my old manufacturers, marketing teams, and etc. The next challenge is I only have a $100 budget, and I'm gonna try my best not to go over that budget. And I only have 30 days to get my first sale. This will not be an easy challenge, but I know we can complete it. So we need to come up with a name that will stick in people's minds and have their jaw dropping when they hear it. Now I wanted the name to be somewhat meaningful, so I brainstormed for hours, writing and thinking, trying to find the perfect name I could pick. And I narrowed it down to my top 3: 16, 30, and 22. The reason I chose straight numbers for my brand name is because these numbers have the biggest meaning to me. 16 because that was my favorite age I lived and had some of my best moments of all time when I was 16 years old. 30 because that's Steph Curry's number and that's one of my favorite basketball players of all time, and Steph was one of my inspirations growing up. And 22 because that's the year I made my first 10K month profit. A lot of people mess up that profit and revenue, and I ended up going with just because it sounded the coolest, let's be honest here. And I could do a lot with that number. Now it's time to make a logo for the brand. When it comes to making a logo, I spend the most time on that because that's the branding that's gonna stick in people's heads and what they're gonna see every single time they think of your brand. And when creating a logo, I like to have 2 logos because it creates a lot more versatility within the brand. Like for example, Nike has the check as the main logo and they have the Nike logo with the check as well. I went ahead and sketched my ideas and then transferred everything to Photoshop to create the real thing. I went with something very simple, so I could create that minimalistic look that I was going for. Once I had my name and logo finalized, it's time to go ahead and make all the social media accounts. I went ahead and created a TikTok and Instagram because those are the main platforms I'm going to be promoting on. And I don't think I need any other socials just to start right now until I get a little bigger. And also TikTok and Instagram are by far the best apps for clothing brands. I obviously couldn't get the name just 30 on Instagram, so I went ahead and improvised and did 30_brand just to keep things simple and cohesive. All I need to do is create a profile pic and fix the bio, and the socials are complete for now. But notice how I said for now because we still have a lot to work on for these social media pages. Now it's time for everybody's favorite part, showing off your creativity and making the design. With the knowledge I have now, I understand I have to stand out in this market because the jean market is very competitive with people dominating like Purple and Subi. So I spent hours coming up with different designs and sketches that will shake up the jean space, and I think I finally found the one that will cause an earthquake in this market. And once I knew it was the one, I knew. I went ahead and quickly created a detailed tech pack to send to the manufacturer so we can go ahead and get this sample process started. And this seems to be the part everybody struggles with, finding a reliable manufacturer so you can get your stuff sampled and made. And I kind of see why now. Not being able to use my old manufacturers was definitely challenging, and it was such a headache trying to scroll hours and hours trying to find the perfect manufacturer I could trust to make the sample for me. When I look for a manufacturer, I look for quality, affordability, and fastness, but especially affordability for this time because I only have a $100 budget to work with. After scrolling for so many hours upon hours, I finally found the manufacturer that I could try to work with, and I was willing to give them a chance. I jumped straight in and got in contact with them and started asking the basic questions. Can I see your factory? What's the turnaround time? Can I see some previous work? And etc. I do this with all my suppliers to make sure everything checks out and I'm not going to get scammed for my hard-earned money, especially my $100. Once I checked it out and realized it was not a scam, I did the most tedious thing of my life, the negotiation phase. And this is what trips people up because they don't know how to negotiate with a manufacturer and get the lowest possible price and end up getting ripped off and scammed for their money. And I recently just made a video for my Discord members on how to negotiate with your manufacturer to get the best prices you possibly can and get free samples. Link is in the bio if you want to check it out. But anyways, I negotiated for hours until I finally convinced the manufacturer to give me 1 free sample, and I was able to keep my $100 budget. And this is why I tell you guys, if you guys know how to negotiate, you can get free samples and other perks. So make sure you join my Discord to learn how to rizz up your menu. Now there isn't really much for me to do in the meantime, so I'm just gonna be brainstorming content ideas to post on the TikTok. And this was honestly one of the fastest suppliers I ever worked with. And I mean ever in my lifetime of this clothing industry. And it saved me a lot of time. So I guess you could say I got lucky there. Now, upon the sample arriving, I was really impressed with how it looked. It just needed a few more touches, but it was really good. And it could definitely shake up the market. But the one thing that was bothering me was the tag. I wanted to be more original with the tag, so I cut it up to my liking. Now, allow me to introduce you, drum roll please, the 30 reflective jeans. I went with reflective printing because it looks cool and it's new. No one's really done it before, and I know I could definitely make my mark in the market with this. So now that I have the sample in hand, we can finally finish this. I went ahead and went on GoDaddy to go ahead and grab a domain name for the website so we can have that custom URL. I picked 30brand.us so I could keep the branding the same all around. I paid around $20 for it, so it brought our budget down to $80. Next, I opened up a Shopify website and used the 3-month free trial method. Basically, if you go on Shopify and do the 1 MBB thing, you can get 3 months for free. And the only requirement to get this is to answer one very simple question. Are you black? Seriously, that's the question. Anyways, we got Shopify for free now and for 3 months. And I don't have to worry about paying $30 for 3 months now. You see, I'm telling you guys can save a lot of money if you guys find all the workarounds. I spent the next few hours hooking up my domain name, creating my policies, and downloading my favorite apps that boost my sales. Just to name a few, I'm installing Klaviyo, SMS Bump, and a few other secret ones that I love. Now, I don't mean to gatekeep, but I can't give out some of them. I have to keep a little bit for myself. Then I work on my website and set it up for the best conversion rate possible. I set up everything fairly quickly because it's just muscle memory at this point for me. But there is one thing missing, and that is pictures on the website. So I go ahead and find a nice aesthetic concrete background and lay the jeans out and take some pictures to put on the website. Now, the last thing I need to do for the website is set up a clean email and SMS converting pop-up, because if you know e-commerce, that is what makes the money. And this takes me about an hour to do. Now I feel confident in the website and the product, but now we need to do some marketing before launch. I can finish setting up my social medias now that I have pictures, but before I do any of that, I quickly set up Google Workspace to create me a custom email with my domain name at the end. And this costs about $12, so it brings our budget down to $68. Now I go ahead and put that in the bio of my Instagram and then start getting some posts and story posts up, so we have a little bit of content flowing. Now with TikTok, I already had ideas brainstormed from before that I can go ahead and just get straight into filming. I was actually enjoying making TikToks for this brand for the first days I had it, but some things started pissing me off. Hate comments. We all get them. Hate comments. If you're not getting hate comments, your brand is not doing anything right. And I know it's kind of tough. It gets to my mind too, and it used to mess me up badly, but I've soon realized like that hate doesn't come from above. It only comes from below. So always remember that when you guys are making content, people are hating on you, especially on TikTok. That's where the D1 haters are at. But by now it's day 7, the end of the week, and I'm just wrapping things up with just some more marketing. And I'm going to be using organic marketing because I don't have a budget for ads right now. I post reels and TikToks to get my content out as much as possible. Now, wrapping it up, what I learned from this first week is that starting a brand is super tedious and it can take some time, but once everything is set up and running, it's a gold mine. And it's a pretty simple workflow. And I feel good, honestly, for getting my brand set up and having some marketing going already in the first week. Now it's just a matter of continuous marketing and getting a viral video on TikTok so we can start to get our first sales. I hope you all enjoyed this video and learned some things so you guys can start your brands. Make sure to check out my Discord server where I'm teaching people how to start and scale their brands. We have a free section and we have the private paid section where all the good info is at. But anyways, I'm not here to pitch you guys. You guys know I love making content just to help you guys out. And check out one of these videos and continue watching the channel. Why not? I love you all, and I will see you in the next one.